My life done changed and everybody switched up. Like they got their hand out, it's never enough. They don't put the work in, it shows. That's why I chose to keep my distance away. I ain't taking sides, no matter wrong or right. My only goal is that I do what I'm supposed to. That's right, I do what I'm supposed to. Cause I don't give a damn, it's just me and mine.
Who hurt my baby? Why you crying like this? Look at the pretty birds flying right there. You always stop crying, finger pointed in the air. I see the birds, daddy, wipe away your tears. You everything to me, it's been 3 years. I give it all back for another daddy kiss. You and me, cheek to cheek, on my chest sleep. Feel your heartbeat, miss you so much, I just cry myself sleep. Can't even speak, too much for me. I need another hour, smile not to cry. God give me back my daughter, my son needs his daddy. I can't break another promise, no time for mistakes. Investigate the case, errors on the way. Compass out the case, looking all around me. God tell me which way. 6 kids, no daddy, all I think is just pray.
My life done changed and everybody switched up. Like they got their hand out, it's never enough. They don't put the work in, it shows. That's why I chose to keep my distance away. I ain't taking sides, no matter wrong or right. My only goal is that I do what I'm supposed to. That's right, I do what I'm supposed to. Cause I don't give a damn, it's just me and mine.
If I could rewrite the script, God told me I could choose. Daddy of the year, always pick you up from school. Ice cream so we sicker, finger paint a picture. Flower pick it with you, stick fingers, hands printed. Favorite color pink, that's my little bitty princess. Protection from a king, no you never be defenseless. Almost killed him quickly when he snatched away your Pringles. Super villain in me, I can snap it any minute. Mess with one of mine, that's the daddy living in me. Defend him to the death, you won't make it past the scrimmage. Young, black, pretty, just turned 20. Teach you about the game, make the right decisions. Think about your heart, watch for dark agendas. If he don't treat you right, that's an uninvited visit. That's an uninvited visit.
My life done changed and everybody switched up. Like they got their hand out, it's never enough. They don't put the work in, it shows. That's why I chose to keep my distance away. I ain't taking sides, no matter wrong or right. My only goal is that I do what I'm supposed to. That's right, I do what I'm supposed to. Cause I don't give a damn, it's just me and mine. My life done changed and everybody switched up. Like they got their hand out, it's never enough. They don't put the work in, it shows. That's why I chose to keep my distance away. I ain't taking sides, no matter wrong or right. My only goal is that I do what I'm supposed to. That's right, I do what I'm supposed to. Cause I don't give a damn, it's just me and mine.
Who hurt my baby? Why you crying like this? Look at the pretty birds flying right there. You always stop crying, finger pointed in the air. I see the birds, daddy, wipe away your tears. You everything to me, it's been 3 years. I give it all back for another daddy kiss. You and me, cheek to cheek, on my chest sleep. Feel your heartbeat, miss you so much, I just cry myself sleep. Can't even speak, too much for me. I need another hour, smile not to cry. God give me back my daughter, my son needs his daddy. I can't break another promise, no time for mistakes. Investigate the case, errors on the way. Compass out the case, Looking all around me, God tell me which way. 6 kids, no daddy, all I think is just pray.
My life done changed and everybody switched up.
Welcome to Abuse of Power, my show. I am your host, Kimberly Trapani, and I have always Carrie returning and SOLO1. Welcome, guys. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I appreciate your time. And this story has been going on for 4 years, SOLO1. Can you tell me a little bit about your family?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Let me tell you a story first. The chicken you saw in the video, his name is Snowball. And Snowball is kind of feisty. We had a delivery guy deliver some furniture. And Snowball jumped up and attacked him with his feet. And he fell down and he rolled down this little hill. And his feet went up in the air. And it was the funniest thing you could ever witness. A chicken
Oh my goodness.
And that's just some of the fun times that we had with me and the children. And as you can see in the background, that's Divine. That's my oldest daughter, Divine, and Joseph. And then I'm holding Harmony. But most of I can tell you, we had a lot of fun. We went on a lot of hikes in the backwoods in Oklahoma. We lived in Texas. We lived in Georgia, and just outside of Atlanta. We lived in a bunch of different places. We even lived in the desert in California at one point. But we always had fun, and it was always all about the children.
Always, Carrie, how long have you known SOLO1, and how did you two meet?
We met on Crenshaw Avenue around 2011. My life changed when I met SOLO1. He's an awesome man of God.
You two have worked together in music videos before. Can you tell me a little bit about filming SOLO1?
Filming is we filmed a lot of videos from 2012 and beyond, and it wasn't always just music videos. Sometimes it was just we're just walking through Hollywood and just having different experiences in Hollywood. Sometimes it was just that on the videos. But as far as the music videos, we filmed two music videos. The one was so I'm a SOLO1 cowboy. We also filmed Manifesto up in northern I think it was Santa Barbara. Was that Santa Barbara?
Santa Barbara, yeah.
Yeah, so those are the two videos that we filmed so far, and looking forward to
seeing the next. Bit. You've been in music for a very long time, SOLO1. Always Carrie has been in music for a very long time. Tell me a little bit about your children. Can you give me their names and what you used to do with them when you played or hung out or social time? What did you do with your kids? And tell me their names.
My youngest is Harmony. You see her right there in the background. She's swinging trying to hit that piñata. That's my youngest. She's 7 now. She's about 3 in that picture. And then up from Harmony is my son Mercy. He's 12 now. And then up from Mercy is Melody, and she's 15 now, I believe. And then up from Melody is Justin. He is 16. And then up from Justin, I have Joseph. We call him, his name is Barry J. Solomon II, but we call him Joe or Joseph. And he's 19 now. And then we have Harmony. Divine, my oldest daughter. She is 22 now.
Can you explain to me, SOLO1, what happened to your family?
That's a good question. Let me tell you what happened. So here's a backstory, really quick in a nutshell. I went that what you see in the background. I went there from California to help my former wife move, because they were moving from that place, that area, that house that you see in the backyard there. So I went there and I said, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna help you move. And she's, you know, women, you have money, Yeah, I have money to help move too. So actually, I didn't have money to help move. I didn't have all of it. I had some of it. And when I got there and told her, and she found out that I didn't have all of it, oh, she hated me for the whole 2 weeks and was like, "When are you leaving?" You know how women can get if you. But the reason why I didn't tell her the whole truth is because I wanted to be with my children. And if I was to tell her no, I don't have any money, she might say, "Well, don't come." I don't know if she would have. She may have said that. So I went anyway, and I had a little bit of the money. She hated me the whole time, and I had to go back. And I was there for 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, but I had to go back to California to visit family, friends, and I had to move a couple things around, a couple vehicles, and I would have came back after doing that. So when I was about to get on the bus and head out of Oklahoma, this rural town in Oklahoma, she said, "If you get on that bus, you'll never see us again." But I had to get on the bus because I had to go take care of some business in California, and I was going to come right back. And so that is pretty much the backstory in a nutshell on what happened. And I've been looking for them ever since.
How many years have you been looking for them, SOLO1? How many
it's
years?
been 3 years. 3 years now I've been looking. I called the neighbors. I called because we have some neighbors that's just a walking distance from that property. I called them a few times. "Have you seen them?" "No, we haven't seen them. They moved." So I got a confirmation there. I still filed the police report there in Oklahoma. I still filed the missing persons report there, even with that happening.
What date was the last time you saw your babies, SOLO1? What was the date?
That was August in 2021. That was the last time I saw them. Right around that time that you see in the background it was about the last. Those are some of the last days that I was with my children.
Always, Carrie, have you met the kids and SOLO1's wife?
I met his wife. I was able to see the children, but not much. But I met his wife on several occasions.
SOLO1, do you think that your children and your wife might have been kidnapped, or do you think that your wife took them to an undisclosed place?
I think she took them to an undisclosed place. I don't believe that they were kidnapped because she's very protective of them. I would go as far as to say overprotective, as some people would say. And she wouldn't. She definitely she's very street smart. And as far as being kidnapping, I don't see that taking place. But in this day and age, you never know. You just never know.
Yeah.
I got a question from the audience, and the audience wants to know what steps have you taken to look for your kids for years, and are the police cooperating?
Yeah, for the most part, the police are cooperating. In fact, I filed a missing persons report today. I was not even aware that I could be living in another state, Utah, for example, and then file a missing persons report in another state. I just found that out, so I filed that missing persons report in Oklahoma. And also, I got a report that through my sources, because I hired 2 private eye agencies to look for them, so far to no avail. And one of the private eye agencies was able to get an address over there in Concho, Arizona, and Sholo, Arizona. So I went there 3 times already looking for them. And the next time I go, I really want to get a confirmation on where they are exactly, because I don't want to go down there and then I'm looking for them and posting up flyers and things of that nature and to find out that they're not there.
You have an exercise video, and you have been in the military. And so I have a clip that you sent me from 2015. So I just want to roll that. It's a couple-minute clip. When we come back from that, we're going to talk more about the missing children, the missing wife, your career, and where you think that the children might be located at, and have you found them. Stay tuned.
Okay.
if it plays.
A guy who, within a period of 12 months, he went from zero to, I think, $100,000 working online. And his main thing was being consistent. But imagine the power that you have to have as a person to go from zero, to go from bankruptcy and losing your restaurant, which is what happened to this guy. To go from, man, I don't feel like a man anymore because I can't take care of my family. To go from that to $100,000 in 12 months or less online, that's a power that you have. And you don't have to be where you are right now in your life. And I don't have to be where I used to be. Your past does not equal your future. You may not be the person that you want to be, but you're not the person that you used to be. "2025, we reunite. My 6 children back in my life. Welcome to the Farewell Fat Boy Challenge, day number 1. I am Solo1. Join me every single day. I grew up in Inglewood, California. This is my story. My album, Chosen One, is the title. Now available on all streaming platforms right now. Go check it out now. Mental toughness, no excuses. Let's get it." Ready? Say farewell to the fat boy all around your belly, all your rolls. Say farewell to the fat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You guys have lost things in Los Angeles. And this video, a clip that we were talking about just a minute ago, was about dreams, right, Solo1? And right. You had big dreams back in 2015. How, Always Carrie and Solo1, has life changed in 10 years? You just lost things in LA. How is this different from losing a family?
Go ahead, Solo1.
Let me go back to the exercise video. That was day number 1. However, the video has evolved into a movement to where I'm working out every day for 30 days straight, and the purpose is to bring awareness to my wife disappearing with the children, which I mentioned on later videos. But it evolved from the first day. It's a lot different from the first day to the 15th day to the 30th day on that video. Now back to your question about as far as things, how things changed within the past 10 years. A lot of things have changed. I gained a lot and I lost a lot within that 10-year period with regard to my family, my children, music. I gained a lot as far as the music industry, because we covered a lot of ground, especially over the past 12 to 14 months with regard to music. And also we filmed another music video called The Truth About Solo1, and we filmed another music video in an hour, one of Always music videos, which we haven't released yet. We filmed that one in about an hour right before going to a barbecue in the valley. And but things have changed a lot. We've had a lot of gains and a lot of losses, and unfortunately one of those losses was my children. However, in 2025 we will reunite. My 6 children back in my life, which is what I say at the end of every workout video. Join the challenge.
Always Carrie, is this like, you've met Solo1's wife? Is this like, what changes have you seen over the last 10 years in Solo1 since the children completely vanished and can't be found, and the cops are trying to find them for 4 years and have made no progress with that? What changes have you seen in SOLO1 always, Carrie?
I see that he's more focused on his career in music. That he's more active in the community, and he's keeping busy because I know it's torture being away from his children. But he's making the best of it. I feel he's uh, turning lemon and making lemonade because I don't think I could do it. You know, I mean, what he's doing and everything that he's getting accomplished without his children being around is man, I give him the Nobel Peace Prize.
SOLO1, I know CPS is broken. My sister was in Child and Family Services as an attorney back in the day. I know the challenges that go on with this very broken system in America that divides families and doesn't help reunite them. What challenges have you faced?
As far as CPS, not really. I haven't really faced that many challenges with regard to CPS. I did, however, get a call from them maybe a year or so ago, asking them if I knew the whereabouts of Brandy. However, I did not. I told them I did not, and I wanted them. I told them, hey, if you guys do find out, let me know. Call
Brandy's
me.
mother. Brandy's your wife.
Yeah, my former wife, whatever you want to call her. I wouldn't say wife now because it's been so long. She disappeared with the children, so I really wouldn't. Technically, I guess you could say wife because there wasn't really an official divorce that I know of from her or me. So I don't know exactly how to say that, how to put that.
If you win the lottery, she gets half.
I guess that's a way to put it. So
CPS called you and asked where Brandy was when you have been working all these hours every week to pay the bills for your children, and you don't know where the hell they are.
And I've never been late on child support is current. Matter of fact, it's in the positive right now. I pay it every month, and they won't let me know. They won't tell me where they are located, but they'll take my money.
What challenges have you faced in the system?
In the system, not really many challenges in the system that I face because we haven't really dealt with the system much. All I know is that I was in LA. I was living in LA. We were living in LA. Something happened. We had got on public assistance, blah, blah, blah. They were asking what happened to the father. She said he's not here or he's here, whatever. I don't know what it was. And that's when child support happened. It wasn't like she didn't necessarily go to the child support office and say, hey, put this man on child support right now. It's kind of weird on how it happened. And that was back in 2012.
So what did CPS want from you?
They just wanted to know. I think here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that she may have gotten into an argument with someone in Texas, and then they called and said, "Hey, there's something wrong. The children are being taken care of." Blah blah blah, and that's what they told me. But I think that maybe she got into an argument, and somebody called and said, "Hey, this lady has these 6 children, and they're not being taken care of." Blah blah blah. But I don't believe that because she's not that type of mother that does not take care of her children. She puts them before herself on any day, 365 days a year. So she's just not that type of a mother.
I'm well aware of the games that parents play with manipulating children one against the other. What needs to be done for families? If you were standing with this crazy government we have with Congress, what would you tell them? What do you need, SOLO1, for your kids' benefit?
I need y'all to let me know where my children are. I'm a father who has never abused them, has always had a good relationship, excellent relationship with my children, never abused them. I don't have any restraining orders or anything like that against me. I'm completely clean as far as that goes. As far as taking care of my children, I believe that they should let me know where they are, especially a father that is actively looking for them and has zero criminal history or record of any kind of abuse or anything like that with the children. Not on drugs, no history of that type of negativity.
I understand the lack of power you must feel with this broken system. And I've seen it too. Can you tell me about maybe identifiable behaviors or characteristics that your children possess and how they would be recognizable to an adult if they were walking the streets, a teacher or a daycare provider? Can you describe your children's behaviors and characteristics, Solo1?
Divine, my oldest daughter, she's curious, kind of not. She's curious and very bold, and not a shy bone in her body. She will talk to anybody, anywhere, anytime. Group of people, it doesn't matter.
Your
Joseph, he's a
oldest
little bit more.
daughter,
My oldest daughter, Divine. Now Joseph, my youngest, my oldest son, he's a little bit quieter, a little bit more reserved. He's gonna watch and observe, and he's like a sponge. He's gonna observe everything that's going on around, but he's not a pushover at the same time. And then we have Justin, other son. He's the comedian. He's probably going to be. You'll probably hear him a mile away because he laughs. It's very loud, and he's the comedian of the bunch. Then we have Mercy. Mercy, he's going to hold his own. If the other kids say something to him, he's going to pause and think for a minute before he makes his come. If they say something like at him, talking at him, he'll pause for a minute and then he'll have his comeback and so he'll say something. Well, you blah 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 blah, and that's Mercy's character. He's gonna and he's kind of has a temper sometimes. Something I've had before, but he can have a temper sometimes when he doesn't get his way. Now we have Harmony. Harmony's kind of mellow. The last time I saw her, she got mad. She let out this scream that will shatter glass. Like if one of her brothers and sisters made her mad, she just let out this scream that will shatter glass. But other than that, she has a mild personality, and she just pretty much keeps up with her brothers and sisters. And then I have this, my middle daughter Melody, which she has a big personality, and she has a colorful personality. And she laughs and jokes and plays a lot, and she could be an actress. But she made this for me.
When she
was 9, she made this. She put the little jewels on it, and then on the inside, that's the whole everybody. The dog,
that's amazing! I love it.
And this is her present to me. This is how she expressed herself, and I always made sure I had a pen and a paper nearby, because whenever she had an inspiration or was upset or got a thought, she always had to write it down. So she would always ask me for a pen and paper, and she was always drawing something or writing something. And also my oldest daughter, she made this Father's Day present. It's my middle son Justin had her draw this for him. And it's my oldest daughter Divine. She drew that, and she drew this. My daughter Melody had her draw this it was Father's Day, and 2021.
That's an album. That's an album cover.
My oldest daughter drew that for my middle daughter, us fishing, and then for my son Mercy, he had her draw this picture. That's me and him on top of an RV and looking at the stars. We're just looking at the stars on top of an RV, just hanging out, because they miss me, so they had them. That's what they
always do. Carrie, I want to ask you, like, if you were his wife, could he be a prick sometimes?
Yes. Yes. I mean, we all can be, but I'm an ornery
son of a sometimes.
Yeah, but that's no license to keep your children from you. I mean, we all have days and we all have situations, but this is unacceptable for him to be away from his children going on 4 years in August. So that's why we're all here to make sure that he has a reunion with his 6 beautiful children.
It sounds like you reported it very early on, and you reported it again to several entities. Tell me a little bit can you tell me about the PIs?
The first PI I used was a gentleman in Dallas, Texas. I don't remember his name exactly. It's in my email. What I used, the first one I used, I gave him all the information, and then he checked the public records and and the cameras that scan license plates. As you go across the country, it picked up her license plate on the Ford that she had, older Ford Explorer. And so that was the first one, but he couldn't get me an actual locate. There was some ideas. I mean, as a matter of fact, there's another house that's outside of Dallas where I didn't have him go check, but there's a potential that she might be there. I think it's in that email I sent you, Kim. And then the second investigative firm I used was in Arizona, because the gentleman in Dallas had gave me a tip that they might be in Arizona. So I used a private eye there, and then they got me an address for Sholo, Arizona, where she has an active mailbox at a UPS store, and they confirmed that it was an active mail. And when I went there the third time, I actually went inside that UPS store and I gave them a letter. I put a stamp. They wouldn't let me put it in their mailbox without a stamp. Okay, I put a stamp on it. Give me a stamp. So I bought a stamp and I gave it to them, and they put it in their box. And they're not going to put it in their box if they don't have the correct name. So obviously they had the correct name, and so they put it in their box.
Have you done a wellness check on your children with the police yet?
I just had that ordered. Yes, or was that today? Earlier today, I ordered that when I did the report. I filed a report in Oklahoma with the police department there, and they did confirm that. I said, "Sir, when I file this report with you, it will be live and available all across the country, correct? For any law enforcement agency to look into." He said, "Yes." So
we're gonna break for a commercial, but when we come back from the commercial, we're going to talk to Always Carry and SOLO1 more about their projects, the missing children, and give actionable suggestions.
Forgive me for my blatant distance. I was waiting for my patient didn't kick me out. My kids watching lived it. Will they remember? Will they treat me different? No left behind, I'm away here with you. Daddy getting about to hit a milli. 10, 20, about to make a billy. Hedge funds know we about that business. Red room, murder opposition. Where I'm from, what you making missing? Streets unforgiving, mama hold that picture. Praying God take them to forgiveness. How much you making? Count the faces, millies. Scan away and take it out the building. Arm gone, loaded, golden silver. Who on? .9995. Bouillon, itchy bun one. Finally made it. Lear, park there. Somewhere Barbados. West Indies, bikini crazy. I want it all. About to take it. I want the Bentley with the red goods. Lamb truck with the red woods. Gucci frames for my snow bunny. Change my name, call me Snow Money. I want the Bentley with the red goods. Lamb truck with the red woods. Gucci frames for my snow bunny. Change my name, call me Snow Money.
Say in the studio. Say we're gonna make a song. Say that's right, Daddy. Say that's right, always. Say 1 trillion. Say that's right. That's right, Daddy. That's right, always. Say bye-bye. I love you.
Welcome back to Abuse of Power, the show, and we are talking with SOLO1, Always Carry. They've made music together. They've worked together for a number of years. They've been friends for a number of years. SOLO1, I know there's a surprise visitor in that Snow Money song. Can you tell me about that?
Yes, that is my baby. That's Harmony.
Tell me about that day in the studio. Tell me what happened.
That wasn't even in the studio. That was just me gearing up to go in the studio, and I just had her do that. I really didn't know where it was gonna go, or how it was gonna go, or how it was gonna come about. But I had her do that, and it was a while when she did it. But the time frame in between when she did that and when we actually put her on the song, a while, but it was in the archive, ready for when it was ready. It wasn't its time yet, but now it's time. Her
How is
time is now.
Harmony is in my background right now in my corner on my screen. How old was she when she recorded that?
She was 3. 3 or 2, 3 or 2, 2 or 3, or either 2 or 3, one of those.
Always, Carrie, what's it like? What do you do with your daughter on regular occasions to go out and spend time and have father-daughter time? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, we go to movies. We go out to eat. We go play tennis. We go golfing. We take photo. We do photo shoots out by the ocean. I mean, we do a whole lot. I mean, there's a whole lot that we do. I mean, we're always doing something. We're going to the Grammy Museum Sunday, so we always plan to do things. So yeah.
It's nice to have that balance and to be able to know that maybe you could take your daughter out to dinner or make her a meal. SOLO1, what's it like going to bed at night? Can you tell me a little bit
Let me say
about what
something
you
about that. Let me say something about that. As far as always, every morning he makes breakfast for his daughter and his wife. I don't know how he finds time to do that, but daggum. But that's something that every time I hear him say something about his wife, his daughter, especially his daughter, that inspires me because I know that as a time is coming very soon, like this year, when I'm going to be having those experiences with my daughter. So every time he tells me something about his daughter or shares an image, it inspires me because I know that that time is coming close that I'll be having with my daughters as well. Now,
where do you
going to sleep
think
at night. Going to
sleeping
sleep at night. Going to sleep at night. Sometimes
when
I
you go
toss and
to
turn. I toss and
bed?
turn a lot.
Yeah. When you go to bed at night, what do you think about? And what's the first thing you think about when you wake up in the morning?
The first thing I pray for is the safety of my oldest children because they're probably driving. So I pray for their safety on the road, and I pray for my children, and I pray for another. I prayed. I'm grateful to have another day, another breath of fresh air, another day that I can do something, put out some kind of content regards to music, on regards and also regards to locating my children. For example, the 30-day workout challenge to bring awareness to my situation.
And
What keeps
also, I want that video you just made, man, from Snow Money. That's powerful, man. But go ahead.
what's keeping you going, SOLO1? When you like, if I were a mother with 6 children and no one was helping me for 4 years finding my kids, I would not be able to sleep at night. I would be like crying every day. I'd be looking in every single state. What is keeping you motivated, SOLO1, with no support from this government or system to get your kids back now?
I can tell you this much: I cried my tears. I cried and cried and cried, many tears, and now I'm in fight mode. I'm in do everything I can to bring awareness mode. I'm gonna find you. My daddy's gonna find you mode. I'm in that's the mode I'm in, and I'm gonna help. And also a movement because I'm not the only one who has this situation in the country. There was a rapper. His name was Trey something. I forget his full name, but he was fine. He was on the news looking for his daughter. So I know it's not me and him are not the only ones that are going through this. So I have a movement. My exercise, my 30-day workout is a movement to bring awareness to not only my situation, but other mothers, other fathers that are in the same situation who love their children, who aren't on any drugs, who don't have any criminal records, but the other parent disappeared with a child because they're in their feelings about the other person, not taking into consideration the feelings of the children who need to be with their father or their mother.
Always, Carrie, what do you think? Do you think SOLO1 spends like 90 hours of his week for looking for the kids? How do you guys stay balanced with getting paid, looking for children, and doing music videos together? Can you chime in always on this one, please?
Yeah, SOLO1 has to work. I mean, that's where his child support is going. I mean, he has 6 children to provide for. So I think he's doing an excellent job with everything he has to do. That's why he's pushing his career in music and in movies so he can make more money, so he can have less time off the road, so he can look for his family and look for his children.
Our audiences, at least my community, has been reaching out, and I appreciate them caring about you, SOLO1, and your kids. And their first priority is their health, safety, and wellness. Can you tell me a little bit about, can you dig into doctors' records, healthcare providers to maybe locate your children that way? Have you tried that out of the box path to get your kids back?
Now that I haven't tried yet, but that's a good idea. As a matter of fact, maybe I should contact the hospitals where they were born at. Maybe they'll give me some information. But a lot of times
And
these places don't want to give you information, but can't hurt to try anyway, attempt anyway.
and dentist dentist offices.
Also, I've gotten many questions over DM, and I appreciate people reaching out to me and caring. And the same people that are reaching out and caring, know the system in America is broken. They know the frustrations of making phone calls. They know the frustrations of lack of support to daddies and mommies when the other parent takes ups and leaves with kids. Can you tell me a little bit about what you would change in the American system to help parents that are in your situation?
What I would change in the system is, number one, child support. I would change that. As far as I understand that the children or child needs to be taken care of, but I would change the fact that sometimes I believe the child support system can be weaponized against the other parent involved, because I know there's situations where the parents are out of the child support system and they make their own agreements on their own in between amongst each other without the interference of any governmental or any court any agency of that nature. So I believe it should be in the parents' hands to make the decision on how they want to work that out, and not the courts and not the government.
For our audience, I want to roll a number. I'm going to tell you what the number is. You call 911 if you see Harmony or Joseph. But Harmony and Joseph, if you want to confidentially come forward because you want to see your daddy, you would tell a teacher, go to a hospital, go to a fire station, and let them know who you are and that your daddy is looking for you. SOLO1, can you tell our audience what it's like on a weekly basis to be looking for your kids?
What it's like on a weekly basis. I can say that video, the workout video that I'm doing right now, 30 day challenge that I'm doing, it's also putting into the universe the energy of, I'm looking for my children, you're looking for your children, let's look for our children together, and let that energy compound into the universe to where at some point either my oldest daughter or my oldest son or somebody will stumble upon this video or one of my videos, and they'll reach out to me and contact me, and then the reunion will get started. Or somebody in the NSA, the FBI, the CIA, the governmental agencies that are connected, that can help, that can assist, somebody will come forward and say, hey, I want to help. I'm here to help. Let's find your children. I'm with your movement. Let's go. Let's make it happen. 2025, we reunite my 6 children back in my life.
Can you tell us once again, for the audience that's just joining us, the children's names and their dates of birth?
So we have Joseph. We call him Joseph, as you can see. As a matter of fact, there he is right there on the screen. That's Joseph, and that's my oldest. And his November. He was born in November. And then my oldest daughter, Divine, she's born November 30th is his birthday. And my oldest daughter, her birthday is January 4th. I'm sorry, January 2nd. My son, who you see there in the yellow t-shirt, Justin, his face is kind of covered up. His birthday is the 4th of January. And then my youngest daughter is the 8th of January. She's 7 now. So I have 3 birthdays in the first week of January. And then I have Melody, her birthday is August 13th. And then I have Mercy, whose birthday is July 30th. And so when I left, the last time I saw my children was about a week before Melody's birthday. And that was the last time I saw them. And before I left, when she knew I was leaving, she knew her mom wanted me to leave, you know. She knew I was leaving, and she knew I was getting on a bus and going to California or wherever. So what she did was she snuck this little heart in my pencil pouch and this little on a little sticky note, because I always make sure she had sticky notes to write on, to draw on. She stuck it in there with a heart that says, "I love you, Daddy."
Wow.
And my oldest daughter, the last thing she wanted to do was pray with me. So that's the first thing I want to do when I see her, is I want to pray with her. And that's what we're going to do. Because that was the last thing we did together. So that's going to be the first thing when I see her.
If you know where the children are, you can call 911. And if they don't cooperate, call the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, which is 800 The Loss. That's 800-843-5678, or you can DM Solo1 in All Consuming Filming. Solo1, how would you want to be contacted if someone knows where your children are?
Also, I want to add to that, do not approach the children, any kind of, or if they're with someone, if they're with their mom or whoever, a relative, don't approach the children. Call the authorities, or I have a phone number, a hotline that I have set up, and that number is, one moment, that number is I need my glasses to see this. That number is 213-585-4831. Again, that number is 213-585-4831, and that comes directly to me.
Awesome. That's so cool. And always, can you in Solo1 talk about what you do together on a daily basis when you do music videos?
Yeah, we break down the ideas of the video. We got a nice video that Solo went and talk about. It's a song called "I'm Here" and "Universal Bounce." We did like 5 videos in like one day, and then once we shoot the videos, we edit the videos. So we do our own editing. Over the last couple of years, we've been able to do our own editing once we shoot the videos. So it's a nice process. It's a successful process, and we're going to continue that process.
Solo1, if your kids are listening right now, can you send a message to them? What would you tell each one of your children? And you can take the time to address each one of them.
First of all, I would tell them I'm here. Daddy is here. That's the video you see playing in the background. It's called "I'm Here." Not only does that mean I'm here as far as an artist, as far as about to take over the whole entire industry and disrupt the whole industry, me and Always and our crew, but I'm here to my children. Daddy is here. I'm looking for you. I'm all over the internet. I'm all over the world. I'm doing podcasts. I'm doing workouts. I'm doing everything in my power to look for you, because I love you with all my heart, and you are my world, and I'm going to find you. And I don't care what anybody says or what anybody's telling you. Don't look at what people say. Look at what they do. And what I'm doing right now is I'm actively looking for you, because you are my everything, and Daddy is going to find you. Daddy cares.
What do you think caused your children to leave your life years ago?
I think it was their mom. And just to be honest, completely blunt, I was broke at the time, and she's the type of person that she'll only put up with that for so long. I mean, I had jobs here and there, and I pitched in here and there where I could, because not only was I pursuing music, but I was doing internet marketing, and I was always doing some kind of something related to business, making money, and hustling to get the family where I wanted them to be financially. Then in the meantime, in between time, I was kind of broke. So that's kind of what broke. She was like, okay, like I said, come help us move. You better have some money. Okay, you get there, you don't have the money that I thought you were gonna have. So now I'm set back a month or whatever on my move, and I need to get there. Of course, I didn't know where they were moving to. I wasn't privy to that information. Never was. But yeah, that is what I would say on that topic.
So your former wife or your wife that's still, she's still your wife. She was a serial mover.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and what? So the way the way it worked was, but just to answer your question, yeah, I was broke. That's what broke us up because I didn't have the money at the time, and the way she was raised and the way her mentality is if you can't take care of us and pay everything, rent, cell phone, food, everything, then you don't deserve to be a part of our life. That's kind of the mentality there. Doesn't matter if you have a good relationship with the children or how well you treated them or anything like that. If you don't have the money to pay for everything every month, you don't deserve to be a part of our lives.
What do you think will motivate your wife if it was her doing to leave with the children? We don't want to accuse anybody on air, but what do you think would motivate your wife to contact you?
First,
Money.
let me answer always what you're saying about a serial mover. So the way it kind of worked is I was always going back and forth between Texas, California, Texas, Oklahoma, Texas, wherever, California, Texas, California, Oklahoma, because I was doing stuff, music, real estate, different things in California to make money. And I'll always come back. A lot of times when I would leave and come back, it would be to a different, she would have moved. So no matter where she moved to, if she moved 5 times and I'm coming back from California to 5 different locations, I always came back to be with my children. Always, no matter what. I can say that, even though she'll move at least every year or two, but I always came wherever she moved to. Didn't matter if she would have went to Indonesia, I would have hopped on a plane in Indonesia and went to go see my children. Just to answer always question. Now to answer your question, Kim, as far as could you repeat the question?
What would motivate your wife to contact you?
Oh, she'd have to be pissed off to contact me. I'd have to do something that would just make her so angry.
Or win the lottery.
Like, what the heck? Or maybe win the lottery. It's either one of those two things. What the heck? What are you doing? What blah, blah, you not supposed to share that? Blah blah blah. Or I'm on TV with $1 bazillion in my hands like this. Look what I got. Maybe she'll contact me. Or the third thing would be court order. Has to.
Have you tried to file a court order? And have you had any luck?
No, I haven't as far as contact, but I do believe there's something that you have told me that I could do, or that I haven't done yet, that I didn't know that I could do, which I'm going to do very soon. And I'm going to make sure that I do that activity so that I can get them located. I don't want to reveal all my cards on air.
Of course not. And we don't want to compromise the children's safety. And I've been mentioning for weeks on end, do not approach the children, but call 911 or call the tip line and let the authorities know the children's whereabouts, location, what they're wearing. If you are a teacher, Daddy is looking for the children. Solo1, Solo One, can you tell me a little bit about maybe some memories you have with your family and what you did together that it would have left a lasting impression?
I would have to say we always did fun things. Now I was always the fun parent. Just go on walks, go to the park, go everywhere, go anywhere. And she was more of the disciplinarian type of a parent. I mean, I had my disciplinarian moments when necessary, but the mom was the one that would get in their rear end the most when they needed it. So the most memorable things was pretty much the walks, the fun. We always did something fun. If we were going down let me not forget. They loved driving by themselves. Well, maybe okay, in my lap, not by themselves. In my lap, for the record, in my lap. When they were young, little, they would love driving down the dirt roads, and they would take turns. They'd sit in my lap, and the ones that couldn't reach the pedal, I had to kind of give them some gas, but they was like this in the steering wheel, driving on the curves. Slow down. Had a couple times where they kind of spun out a little bit. The older ones, they're getting a little too excited. So, but anyway, they all got an opportunity to drive, and so before they have driver's licenses, they already know how to drive because we always let them drive. Gave them opportunities to drive down dirt roads. So that was memorable. And of course the hikes, like where we lived at in Oklahoma, you walk, there's this little fence, and then beyond that fence is all woods, just a mountain, just miles and miles of woods. So, and then outside of that, they always loved to go get the mail because the mail was it was a long driveway, and then they had to go to the left and then get to the mailbox. So they loved going to get the mail. They was always running, and they were always happy to go get the mail. So they all just go run. And then then we had dogs too. So the dogs would run with them to get the mail. But some of the most memorable things are the bike rides and the hikes and the walks. We always did that. And there was never a dull moment. Never a dull moment in our house. Never. You know how people say, "Oh, those kids are so loud, I can't stand it." I'm like, hearing kids play, that's like music to my ears. Hearing kids at play, and other people are like, "Tell them to be quiet. I can't stand it. I can't take it. They're too loud." I'm like, no, let them play. I love it. It's music to my ears. So just watching them play, best times ever, and having fun with my children.
Always Carrie, what were you there when Solo One and his wife fell in love? What do you think he loved about her?
No, but I know he loves her, and I know he's always loved her. But I wasn't there. But I met her. Um, but Solo One is a lovable guy, and he's lovable. I mean, he loves. So I know that it takes two to make something work. And when it don't work, you still got your children to deal with. You still got your children still need you. So you know, he'll probably move on from this, but he needs his children back in his life.
And I'm not the type of person that let's say I make $100 million, I'm not the type of person that'll be like, "Oh well, your mom's living in a shack. Oh well, she deserves it. Good for her." I'm not that. That's not how I am. That's not how I roll. If I make 100 million, then everybody's gonna eat, and their mom, because my children still have to go live with their mom. I mean, they might be with me some of the time, and they still have to go back to her. I want them to be in the best house, drive the best cars. So I'm the type of person that I make sure, even if we're not together, I make sure she has the best everything, house, car, because I know that when they're not with me, they're gonna be with her. So she's gonna have the best of everything. And if I'm with another woman, she's gonna have to understand, hey, those are my children's mom. When they're with their mama, I want them to have the best time, have the best of everything. So you're just gonna have to understand that, or else there ain't gonna be no us. Real talk.
Solo One, where do you think your kids are right now?
I think my kids are either in Oklahoma or Texas, because mama ain't gonna go too far from her mama. So either Oklahoma or Texas or Arizona are the places that I would have everyone in the FBI, the NSA, and the CIA start looking.
Do you know how to reach her mama?
Say again.
Do you know how to reach her mama?
Yeah, I know how to reach her mama. I got her.
Grandma.
I know how to reach her mama. I can get some information to you, but I do know how to reach her mama. She's not. She's not cooperative. Not at all. She's not at all. Let me see my lawyer. You know, she's not cooperative. Where's my lawyer?
But we need to see the lawyer. That's part of it. Because if it's going to be court order, they got to start with grandmama to get mama.
She won't tell me. She won't tell me where they're.
No, but if it's court order, she will.
Now I did speak to her. I did speak to her about maybe a year ago. I called out the blue. She answered. Yeah. You know the whereabouts of my children? Yeah. Are they with their mom or no? They're with their mom. Okay, thank you. Click. That's all I need to know. They're okay. They're safe. Yes. Okay. Click. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, but not really. It's going on 4 years now.
But she won't. I know she won't give up any information on their whereabouts.
With a court order, she will. They will.
That'll be different. If jail time is involved in the court order,
jail time will be involved because she's breaking the law. It's unlawful for you to be without your children, and you paying child support.
And just recently, I was told, I didn't think about it, that legally that's considered kidnapping, I believe.
It is.
What's it like, SOLO1, to have to go to bed at night, not being able to visit your kids' schools for their plays and their concerts?
What's
it like, SOLO1?
SOLO1, tell us, she's homeschooled.
They're homeschooled. They've been homeschooled since they came out of the womb, so they don't have those experiences. Now at church, they're avid members. She's avid. Mama's an avid member of the Seventh-day Adventist Church Southwest Conference. For the that information for the NSA, CIA, FBI, all the alphabet agencies, whoever wants to help locate, that's another place to start. She's avid Seventh-day Adventist. And as far as the children, people used to always tell me, "Oh, well, they're not going to be able to communicate with people because they're homeschooled and they're not around people." No, they're at church. They have children's corner. You know, they go to church and they have communication with other children at church, so they'll be fine. They'll be fine. They go to church.
So you can start at the church as well.
Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Yeah, with Mama's church.
Yeah, I went to two Seventh-day Adventist churches over there in Arizona, in that town. I went to two of them. They showed them pictures and everything, and they were, nope, never seen them before.
Well, they might be lying.
And I went to that land over there, that property, and I didn't see anything. But I'm still looking. We're gonna find them. 2025.
Well, I mean, you just broke the code. You just gotta go through grandma. You go through grandma gonna get mama. I mean, if they're in Texas or Oklahoma, that's where you got to start with the FBI and the police. And when they get a court order, it's gonna break the code because they don't want to go to jail.
SOLO1, not to pry into your family, but what would your parents say?
My parents? What would they say? Oh, you said what would they say?
Yes, correct.
Tell them about your dad.
My mom, my dad, he passed away with COVID. And my mom, she's ready to have her grandchildren in her life. She's ready to do whatever. She makes Facebook posts. She's probably my biggest fan as far as music and as far as getting the children. She's all about getting the children back.
Does your kids have aunts and uncles on your side?
They have two uncles. Yeah. Two uncles, and my brother has 4 children of his own. So when I get them back with me, we're gonna be doing some visiting and getting to know. I want them to know who their cousins are. They got 4 cousins over there on that side. So yeah, they got uncles, cousins, relatives, other people that always ask about them. A great grandmother. They met their great grandmother, but I want them to meet them again before she kicks the bucket. Before she passes on, I want her to see them. I want her to see them smiling faces. My dad met them before he passed, so it's time for them to get to everybody to know that they're back in my life. And I walk through studios, walk through stages. When I'm performing on stages, they're right there on the front row.
Can we see those pictures again? Those homemade pictures of your children that your children made for you. Can we see those again?
Yeah. This one is Father's Day, 2021. My son Mercy had my oldest daughter Divine draw that. Then there is this one. My son Justin had my oldest daughter draw that for him, for me as a gift.
Are those sharks?
Those are dolphins, I think. I don't think they're sharks. I think they might be dolphins.
Okay.
And then he was 13. This is July 2021. He was 13 at the time. And my daughter, she was 11 at the time that this was drawn. She had my oldest daughter Divine draw that for Father's Day, and that's me, of course, me and her fishing. You know, she always wanted to go places. She always they always wanted to go wherever I went.
She drew that at
So
11. Man, she's a female Picasso.
My daughter was 11 when this was drawn, but my oldest daughter drew it for her. So she was probably 11, 12, 15, 11, 12, 13, maybe 15 or 16, my oldest daughter, when she drew that.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man.
So she's an artist. So that's another thing. I always made sure that whenever I was coming there, I always would bring them, and I always would have gifts. And one of those gifts would be canvases like these. I'd always bring my oldest daughter canvases and paint so that she can, because she's an artist. So I would always make sure that I have paint and canvases for her, and pencils and papers and markers for my other daughter, who's always drawing too. Melody.
Always Carrie. Can you tell me about upcoming projects with SOLO1, and are you going to help him find his kids?
Yeah, I mean, we're doing it now. Yeah, the up and coming projects are Hustlenomics 2, a dozen of singles dropping all year long, and just be on the outlook and the lookout, because SOLO1 is here. He's there. He's everywhere.
Anything else you want to tell me, SOLO1?
I want to tell you that, I appreciate you having us on. I appreciate you bringing more awareness to this movement. And this is not just, I don't think it's just for me finding my kids. I believe it is a movement for other people that are in my situation, that are also looking for their children, who are excellent parents, who have excellent relationships with their children or child. And Mr. Trey, I think I'm Trey something, I forgot his last name, the rapper. They found his daughter, and so he was able to reunite with his daughter, which gave me even more inspiration, and knowing that I will also be reunited with my children, and that I will have those experiences with my daughters, and that always has with his daughter. That inspires me, and I'll be taking my sons to the hunting and the racetrack and all the things that I plan on doing, that I know I'm going to be doing with them this year, 2025. We reunite, my 6 children back in my life.
SOLO1 deserves a pep talk, and we love SOLO1. We love Always Carrie. They're amazing artists. They're very talented. Always, can you give SOLO1 some words of advice right now for his situation?
Yeah, basically to make sure he reaches out to the grandparents of his children on his mom's side, and get the courts involved, so he can have his children this year, so it don't linger any longer, because that will be the checkmate that I believe we just cracked the code.
Justin and Harmony, we're looking for you because your daddy loves you so much, and he wants you in his life. He wants you to see your grandparents and your uncles. That is the message. We want you safe and well and healthy and back with daddy sometimes. SOLO1, close it for us, and then we'll roll love always.
And I got one more after SOLO1.
I'm going to close it with this. It's not just about me and mine, it's about you and yours as well. Anyone that's watching this video that knows someone or is someone that is just in my same situation, leave comments below. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you have resources that can help, leave comments below on YouTube. Anything, any kind of resources that you have, and if you want to help, call that number that I gave you. Contact me. Contact Always. Contact Kim. And if you're my sons or daughters watching this, just know that your daddy is looking for you actively, and we will reunite. I don't care what anybody is telling you or has told you. We're going to be together in 2025. We're going to reunite, and I'm going to be seeing you soon, very soon. And I love you with everything, all my heart.
And there are no excuses. And we love SOLO1 and Always Carry, and we love their families. They are our families at All Consuming. So reach out.
I got one more.
Always Carry, you're up.
So my dad disappeared when I was 15. He chose to go on the road, and he was out of my life for 12 years. And we didn't know if he was dead or alive. And I went through all high school, college, and even some of my early, from the time I was 24, 25. And I made a conscious decision to find him. So I went to my grandmother in West Virginia, and she helped me find my dad. And my dad didn't want to find me because he didn't want to pay child support from the time that I was 15 to the back pay and all of that. And I didn't care about any of that. I just wanted my dad in my life. So I went and reached out to my grandmother and told my grandmother, Bertha Carey in West Virginia, that I wanted to find my dad because I miss him, and I have he has a grandson on the way. And she gave me where my dad was in Michigan. So I was able to find my dad. And I found my dad. And now my daughter has a grandpa that is actively in her life because I made that decision to go through all the BS. Like, my family would tell me, he don't deserve you. He don't deserve to be with you. He's been gone for 12 years. And no, I wanted my daughter to have a grandpa. And that's why I did it. And now he just reached out to my daughter this morning on a text. And I feel so special because SOLO1 will have his children back, because I went through that. And I don't have to go through that anymore because I went through grandma.
Thank you always for that, and I appreciate it. And LA has lost things. Millionaires in LA have lost things. But we can't replace people and humanism. And we need to be kind because we never know what people are going through. I had 40 years with my sister. Those were the best 40 years of my life. She died when I went into filming with my first show, and wasn't able to see some of the things that I did to help the world live a life in recovery and teach children. My sister was an attorney for New York State. She got her start in child and family services. Those are the best 40 years of my life. Please bring home SOLO1's kids. Call 911. Call the child tip line. SOLO1, recite the tip line you have set up again before we play Love Always.
213 585 4831. Again, 213 585 4831. And you can text or call or both.
And Kimberly, your sister was your twin sister?
She was my baby sister. She
Baby
was
sister.
younger,
Okay.
but she acted like the older sister. But the point is, you always, and I know what it's like to lose and have broken families at certain times of our lives, and we have compassion. So I think it's important to roll love always right now. And if there's anything we have for closing remarks, Solo One and always, we will do it right after we close with this.
This is going out to the whole world. Lost loved ones, wiping them tears away. Still remembering the love of my grandma. I can't tell it all, stand tall, never fall. She would do whatever it took. Put me to sleep with that good book. If I got out of line, she would just give me the look. Never did she raise no crook. She always gave, but never took. She was my bridge over that bill book. So sincere, she was always there. Josephine, you're still there, I'm right here. You taught me to love and never be scared. You taught me the truth and had no fear.
What these tears away, memories never fade. I'm still loving you always. I wish you could stay. All of the promises made, I'm still feeling you always.
One another, love your sister and brother, father and mother, never keep it undercover. Don't let the flames of the smother ignite the dire breed. Plant the seed to kill envy and jealousy. Water the seed to kill that greed and hypocrisy. Let it lead and lead, smear the blood and let it bleed. Time to be that half-breed. Let them know it's a better place for show, for show. With that type right there, we gon' flow. Gotta let that love show. Go ahead and show. The rich get rich and the poor stay poor. The streets are cold, the only place it don't snow no more.
What will these tears away? Memories never fade. I'm still loving you always. I wish you could stay. All of the promises made, I'm still feeling you always. I'll see you in my dreams, wearing the wings. You are everything to me. I'll see you when I get there. I'll see you when I get there. No shine.
I
Hi,
don't know the
guys.
lady.
And we're closing the show.
Hey, one more
Always,
now.
Carrie, we love you.
Yeah,
Solo,
I got one more on the way out. So Solo One, I got a brother that I never met. My dad disowned him when my brother's 2 years older than me. He was born in '67, and he cheated on my mom with my dad. Cheated. He was married, and he cheated on my mom, and he was married, and he's to this day he disowns my brother, and I never met my brother in 56 years. I never met my brother because my dad is holding a lie in the family. To this day, he denies my brother, And my grandmother had me make a promise to her that I would find my brother before she passed away. And my grandmother lived to see 102, and I still wasn't able to find my brother. And I'm still looking for my brother. And my brother's name is Albert Martin Carey. But we think he changed his name. Think he went Muslim and he changed his name because my dad disowned him. So I got a brother that I never met in my whole life. So I understand the plight. I understand the situation deep-heartedly, because I have a brother that I never met in my life because of lies in the family.
That's and may you find your brother in 2025. May you also reunite.
There it is.
Kim, there was a lady on the video that had so much energy on this video we just saw, and she kind of resembles you. It must be you that had all that energy and that just was protruding into the universe. And it was just it's just all over me now. That energy is that positiveness. It just makes me feel like I'm getting closer to my kids already just watching the video. That must be you in that video.
Yes, that was me. And like I said last time, it was filmed in Italy. I told them I was filming a music video for the Carey family. They immediately wanted Mariah there to perform. In Italy, they were waiting for the second coming because she performed there before in Italy. And then I hopped on a plane back from that music video and did a show as a host to talk about helping the world with their problems and solutions, and then brought on amazing guests. So then I decided when that show ended that I was going to continue the legacy to help the world with problems. And we have learned along the way that secrets kill, and every family has their issues, and people are trying to survive and deal with their own issues. So the purpose of the Abuse of Power show is to bring light and help the world. And that's my 10-second commercial. Thank you, SOLO1. I appreciate your time. If you think of anything else, you can come back on my show, but I want it to be a happy reunion with you and your children.
Last words. Shout out to Trey the Truth, who found his daughter who was missing, and found his daughter at the Mexican border. Shout out to him. That gives me hope and inspiration. Thank you, Kim. You inspire me. Thank you, always. You inspire me, and I love y'all both.
We love you, and happy Valentine's Day, and God bless. We're praying.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you.